It happened again. Harry was trying to socialize and talk to people when Meghan used that NLP trick to signal that he should stop and keep going. And it's always a blink and you'll miss it gesture, except when you know how to spot the 3 body language signals that I'm about to show you. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. So this was at the event for veterans and their families in New York City, and they were just arriving. They stopped to talk to other attendees, and then this interaction happens. Now, there's one first movement from Meghan that I misunderstood the first time I saw it. You're going to watch it now, and let's see what can you read from it. Well, at first, I thought that it was Harry stepping on Meghan's dress. You know, that's the sort of thing that happens when you're wearing king-size drapes. But anyway, I thought that because when Harry steps towards Meghan, she looks down. I said that could be a reaction, that he stepped on her dress, she reacted looking down and made sure that he didn't. But then there are 2 very small details that don't fit with that first hypothesis. When she steps to one side, if Harry was actually stepping on the dress, you will see the fabric of the dress stretching, because Harry will be stepping on it, not allowing it to move. But the fabric doesn't do that. There's no tension that suggests that it was stuck under Harry's foot. Also, when you step on a woman's dress, her first reaction will be to stop you from going further. That stopping action will be very subtle, but the body language associated with it will be her palm facing outward. Even if she just holds the man's arm to prevent him from going further, it will be with the palm facing outward, because that's how stopping gestures work. But Meghan's palm is not outward. She's even curling her fingers around Harry's arm in a gesture that is more "come here." Okay, you're very softly grabbing someone's arm to make them come closer. This is not a stopping gesture. This is an attraction gesture. In body language analysis, when you have conflicting signals, you just stack them and see what is the end result. In this case, we have just one signal that, apparently, Harry stepped on Meghan's dress, and 2 signals of Meghan trying to move him closer to her, which is a contradiction. But there is a very, very small gesture at the end, that sticky thumb. Like she has a very hard time letting him go, and her thumb's tip remains on his arm as long as possible. This reinforces the fact that she wanted to make him come closer. So, she looking downward is an outlier gesture, because it's the only one that doesn't fit with the rest of the signals. I think she lowered her head as some sort of misdirection or distraction, so she could grab Harry's arm without being too obvious. Now there's something else you have been missing all this time, and it's Meghan's facial expression. And it's extremely important that you take a good look at it for reasons that you're about to understand. That smile is almost genuine. And I say almost because it lacks the richness of a real smile. Her cheeks are not that high up, they're not completely contracted and pushing upwards. But it doesn't get better, as you can see in the next clip. Did you notice anything odd with the first part of the previous clip? What did you feel when you saw this first smile? This smile is not genuine at all, and the easiest way to spot is that the zygomatic muscle, the one that pulls the lip corners up when you smile, is not really pushing them up. Meghan's lip corners are moving flat to the sides. That happens when other muscles of the face are engaged in the facial expression. So that's not a genuine smile, but a forced one. And she forces it again here, trying to smile with more intensity, even moving her head upward. But there's only so much energy you can put on this kind of mask, so just 1 second later she just looks away. This is why I always suggest that you treat general body language and facial expressions as two different systems. That helps you reach better assessments. It also helps if you refine your observation skills with my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. Then we get a wider shot of the scene and we confirm that Meghan has already grabbed Harry's hand. But the way that she grabs his hand is very particular, to say the least, because her hand is in the shape of a fist. You can make a test, try to grab a man's hand in that position and try to put your hand in the shape of a fist. You tell me if that feels natural. By this point, even if we cannot see their faces, their bodies tell a very interesting story. Meghan's body is starting to drift away from the people they're talking to. She doesn't want to stay there much longer. As for Harry, it helps a lot if we compare his posture a few seconds ago when he was talking to the gentleman in uniform. Harry's shoulders were broad, he had a very good posture at that moment. But as soon as Meghan holds his hand, everything changes. He's hunching, his elbows are closer to his body, and his head drops. I've lost count of all the times when any interaction with Meghan just changes Harry's behavior dramatically. And in case you haven't seen it already, Meghan has this effect on him even through a FaceTime call. It reminds me of this clip from the Commonwealth Service back in 2018 that I've yet to analyze. She just cuts him off the people he's talking to. And you know what's really sad? That the original description of this clip on Getty Images website is Duchess of Sussex hurries Prince Harry along as he talks to guests. If you want me to analyze that clip, just show me some love with your likes and comments. But what is most disturbing is that I think Meghan believes that no one was watching when she did this. Meghan's body is already separated away from the group, yet another signal that she doesn't want to be there any longer. Harry lets go of her hand because he needs it to better express himself, but Meghan cannot stand it and then uses sticky fingers again. There's so much insecurity in that gesture. I mean, there's this belief that Meghan is a strong woman, confident, etc. But these gestures are really needy. Like, I don't want to be here with these people, I don't want to share you with anyone, I just want to keep moving, and that's why she uses those touches. I've already mentioned how those are neuro-linguistic programming cues so that Harry responds on command. This kind of attitudes from Meghan are not new, and one of the reasons is the Markle Claw. If you're not aware of what is the Markle Claw and its power over Harry, I suggest you watch my video where I explain how Meghan uses it to control him. But there's one more snapshot that I want to share with you, and it's when Meghan finally gets what she wants. She begins to leave, of course, holding Harry's hand, and I'd love to read your comments about your thoughts on Harry's posture, finally letting Meghan take the lead. I'm sure you will not disappoint. If you want to support my channel and help me make more videos, all you have to do is subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my body language analysis and tips. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and I'll see you soon, my body language buddies.